Hello, you're probably familiar with the term crossing a line. It exists in film and television. Any situation where you have actors talking to one another, you have this term, crossing the line. Now, it's a term that exists for breaking. It's a rule, I should say, that exists for breaking. But break it at your peril, or at least don't understand it at your peril, because it will get you in scrapes if you are going to be somebody who's directing actors. So what I thought I'd do is do a quick video just to explain what crossing the line is in film and TV, because it's worth knowing. And when people do cross the line, it's kind of an indication that the director doesn't really know what they're doing, and also surprising that a camera, cinematographer or whoever is involved helping that director would allow it to happen. Sometimes it looks like a director's made a mistake, and what's happened in the edit is they've flopped the picture. I'm getting beyond myself. Let me just explain what it is. So it's going to my iPad here. If I just draw a person, this is a person here. That's their shoulders, that's their head, and this is their nose. The camera. This is looking right down from above, and that person is talking to this person here, who looks to be a slightly bigger person. Again, camera's looking down from above. Now, in order to cover this with two cameras, I would probably have wide shots, blah blah blah, establishing where they are in a room, etc. And then, as it gets into an intimate conversation, the shots start to tighten. So I would probably have a camera over one of their shoulders, well, each of their shoulders, to be fair. And I'd put one over this shoulder as well. Well, let's come to that one in a second. Let me just get rid of that camera. Let's focus on this camera here. So this camera's over the shoulder, filming person A. So I'm going to call this camera A. So the picture that camera A would be producing will look like this. It'll be that person there. Obviously, you can vary the shot size, but it'll be essentially be somebody looking left to right. Oops, I've done it wrong. Let's correct that. It will. This is how easy it is to make the mistakes. This is why you got to think about these things before you go out and start filming them. So this is what shot A, what person A is going to look like. Let me get this right. They're looking left to right, aren't they? Yeah, so they're going to be here, like that, and they're looking that direction in the frame. So, obviously you can stick them in the frame wherever you like, and this is quite a popular thing to do, especially with 4K and further Ks becoming available. People are moving all sorts of compositions, and it's really interesting. But essentially, people need to understand who's talking to who and where they are, or you start running into problems. So let's do camera B now, filming person B. So there's person B. This is going to be camera B. And what happens is this camera is pointing at B, and the shot that you'll get on the camera B will look like this. Let's have a look. So that shot would be, as you can see, the person looking right to left, which is that. And, that all makes perfect sense, doesn't it? So cutting between those two shots will work geographically. You'll know who is talking to who, and you won't run into any problems. But if you're probably wondering, where's the line then? The line is an invisible line that exists right down the center of them. And that the cameras cannot go beyond that line. If they do go beyond that line, the direction the heads are facing in the shot will change. And I'll just demonstrate that. Let me just get rid of the line. Let's keep the line there. Okay, and let's move camera B just across the line. So I'm going to bring camera B around to here, and I'm going to move camera B to there. So that's camera B, and it's now filming subject B. So the shot that's going to be getting, am I running out of paper? I am running out of paper. I have to do it over here. The shot that camera B will be getting, let's have a look. It's going to be, the eye line's going to be left to right. So let's just move this over here and draw that. There we go. So that's going to be somebody looking left to right. So now, this is camera B again. So now you're going to be cutting between camera A, these two cameras. Yeah? And if you're cutting between those two cameras, you've got a problem, because it looks like the person is looking the same direction. It's confusing. Try it. Have a go. It does look really, really confusing. So if you and you can't just cut it in. If you want to do something dramatic like that, or say you've got a third person involved in the conversation, what you do is you and I've done this before. I've had 5 cameras on a saxophonist before, and I wanted to cross the line. The line between a saxophonist on a stage, for example, was established with the audience, and I kind of anyway, I won't get into it, but I managed to cross the line with 5 cameras by only being allowed to use 1 camera at a given time. It was a Steadicam, and I used the shot from the Steadicam to cross the line. In order for if you want to re-establish the line, the invisible line, or re-establish the relationship between the two people, you need to show the move. So you would need to show B camera doing that tracking round to the other shoulder. And as soon as you do it, the next time you cut to camera A, it can also have moved to the other shoulder. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense to people? But this is like a golden rule to how to direct stuff. Camera crews will understand that. Although it's just surprising how some camera people don't understand the concept of the line. It's very, very important. The other way you can cross it is by doing a cut of a shot looking straight down the line. This is stuff you want to play around with and mess around with. I'm interested to know if this actually does make sense to anybody. It makes absolute sense to me. I don't know if I've explained it the very best that it can be explained, but that's essentially what it is. Trial and error. So if you've ever wondered what crossing the line is, the imaginary line that exists, and it is, I say, a rule for breaking. You know, people do break it. People are expanding the boundaries of film and television all the time. If you start confusing your audience, then you're going to run into all sorts of problems, and you'll get marked down and discredited. I see the line being crossed all the time, because when I look at stuff, I'm not looking at it necessarily from a sort of a punter's point of view. If I am looking at it from a punter's point of view, it usually means that it's just good. It's already shown that the markings have been really good. If it's really bad, for me, it's just as enjoyable to see these horrendous mistakes being made. Anyway, that's crossing the line. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, goodbye. Go away. Go and have fun. Go and have a cup of tea.